Hello, good morning. Our first issue is Section 67A of IT Act. Recently, Supreme Court has expressed its concern over misuse of this particular provision. This section was declared unconstitutional in the year 2015 in Shreya Singhal case. At the time it was said that it's violation of Article 19 because this section 66A it prescribes 3 years of imprisonment if any social media message causes annoyance or grossly offensive. What is grossly offensive? Anything can be considered offensive. Anything can be interpreted as offensive. So as it has broader interpretation and it has violation of fundamental rights, that is freedom of speech and expression, this particular section was struck down in the year 2015. But now also many of the cases were registered under this particular section. That's why Supreme Court has expressed concern and asked all the states to empower the police with regard to the sections that were declared unconstitutional. This particular section, that is 66A, was declared unconstitutional and it was added as a footnote. But main sections are considered by the policemen and they're filing the cases under these sections. In this context, bringing in awareness, these are important things. Next issue is facial recognition technology, FRT. Recently, under CoWIN app, facial recognition technology is used to verify the vaccine takers. This has been questioned. Why? There is no legal order, that is no legislative measure to use of this particular technology. Why do we need a law for using this particular technology? Because there are privacy concerns. What are these privacy concerns? What about the misuse of biometrics? They are now taking facial recognition. What about the misuse of it? What about security breaches? Let's say if someone access that particular data, what about that? And improper data storage and sharing. These are some of the concerns. Earlier, Home Ministry also said that it is going to use facial recognition technology under various initiatives, but then that move was severely criticized. There was a proposal for use of facial recognition technology under NatGrid, National Grid Initiative. But due to the privacy concerns and other concerns, that measure is not being implemented. Now, under CoWIN app, as we are implementing this, what about the provisions? What about the protections? Now that has become the question. Next issue is suspension of MLAs in Maharashtra. Recently, Maharashtra State Legislative Assembly has met under monsoon session. In this particular session, there was a discussion going on with regard to Maratha reservations. In this context, it was said that 12 MLAs have misbehaved and abused the presiding officer. And the Legislative Assembly took the resolution with regard to this and they have passed a resolution to suspend these MLAs. In Parliament, we have rule number 373 which suspends the parliamentary members, either Lok Sabha members or Rajya Sabha members. Finally, decision is taken by the presiding officer, but resolution is passed by the House. In this particular context, Maharashtra Legislative Assembly has passed this particular resolution and there are various rules. Every state legislature has its own rules. This rule is applicable to Parliament, rule number 373. Next issue is Clean Ganga Mission. Under Clean Ganga Mission, we name it as Namami Gange program. Under Namami Gange program recently, there's a plan that is proposed. What is that plan? In 5 states, Ganga river flowing states, we have approximately 97 cities. In all these cities, integrated plans needs to be implemented. These cities must adopt river sensitive plans. That means they have to keep in mind the river protection and conservation in the mind when they develop the mega plans for the cities. And national water policy must be implemented. Rehabilitation of encroached entities, that needs to be taken care of. Building green infrastructure, use of technologies like drone technology, artificial intelligence, big data to better manage the rivers and the river effluents or effluents that are meeting into the rivers. These needs to be done. These are the proposals under this particular plan given recently under Clean Ganga Mission. We have to read it more comprehensively. Next issue is Afghanistan and Afghan troops flee to Tajikistan. What are the neighboring countries of Afghanistan? Try to go through the map once. What are the neighboring countries of Afghanistan? Tajikistan is one of the neighboring countries with which it has the land boundary. Recently, Taliban started taking control over many cities. Afghan troops, which were trained earlier by USA forces and others, they now don't have the effective counter-offensive strategy. They have shortages on supply lines. Since May 11, when USA started withdrawing Afghanistan troops and Taliban, they clashed in many places, especially in the northern region. Taliban are already strong in the south and western regions. In northern region, government forces are stronger. Recently, Afghan troops and Taliban they have clashed to have gained control over the northern provinces. Now, it seems that Taliban is going to get control over all the areas in Afghanistan in next few months. Next issue is abduction of 140 school children in Nigeria. In 2014, Boko Haram group has abducted 300 school girls. After that, four major mass abduction of school children happened till now. These school children are used as sex slaves and they are held as ransom in exchange of prisoners with the government. They ask that if we have to release these students, you have to release our people from the prisons. Like that, they are used as a bargaining chip. In Afghanistan, in Africa, growing terrorism is one of the concerns. Every country, especially United Nations Security Council, has to take it seriously. They have to find solution for this. Next, let us understand the editorials. First one is origin of coronavirus. WHO has studies says that there are four possible pathways, out of which two are heavily contested. What are they? One, Wuhan lab leak. That is lab-made virus. Coronavirus is a lab-made virus. WHO study says that it's a very, very remote possibility. But then there are many people who believe in that. Second is this particular virus originated in the Wuhan wet markets. There are no evidence for either for the lab theory or for the wet market theory because we have not isolated patient zero. Patient zero means first one to get contracted with this particular disease. We have not isolated the patient zero. We are not identified and we don't have clear evidence of what is the host which has this particular virus. We don't have the virus. In this context, finding the answers for origin virus is difficult. We are using modern biotechnology tools, synthetic biology, all that. But then it has become difficult, but it is necessary. Why is it necessary to find the origin of the coronavirus? Because it makes us to shield us from the future viruses and it makes us to find effective solution for the present pandemic. But then what is happening? We are politicizing this. In politicizing this, we are leaving out many of the scientific clues. So we should leave this to scientists, not to the political leaders. Next issue is estimation of COVID deaths. Recently, we might have observed in the news articles that excessive deaths in the state are this much, excessive deaths in the Maharashtra is this much. Like that, we are going through the reports in newspapers. What are these excessive deaths? How do we measure COVID deaths with these excessive deaths database? We have Registration of Births and Deaths Act 1969, under which Ministry of Home Affairs maintains civil registration database. It is mandatory for the registration of deaths and births under this particular registration system. Now it is said that let's say in 2020 or 2019, these are the deaths. Normally we estimate this next year these many deaths might occur due to these reasons. But now what happened? Excess deaths have happened. Let's say we estimated 1 lakh deaths. Now we have 3 lakh deaths. That means the extra 2 lakh deaths that are happened are seen as COVID mortality. That's one of the methods of measuring the COVID mortality because we don't have the proper database on COVID mortality. In this context, excess deaths using the civil registration system is seen as one of the alternatives. But then many of the deaths are not registered with this CRS system and there are errors. So if we use this CRS system, it is prone to imperfections and it is prone to errors. That's why government should go for independent survey of COVID deaths. Recently, we might have observed Supreme Court has requested or ordered for the compensation of ex gratia for the COVID victim families. In this context, if we don't have the database, how can we pay them? How can the government pay them? So in this context, having mortality data is important. Next issue is India-Afghanistan Agricultural Partnership. Recently, our External Affairs Minister visited Kenya. In this context, he said, Africa and India, they share historical relationship. Now this historical cultural relationship is transforming into modern partnership. Yes, modern partnership is there. We have trade relations, investment relations, cultural relations, strategic relations with Africa. Recently, African Continental Free Trade Area, which was formed in 2018, they have proposed an agreement to reduce the tariff among the 55 countries of the African Union countries. In this context, we have to observe that China is the leading Africa's partner, not India. China is leading in trade, investment, in agriculture and other areas in Africa. But then India and Africa share soft relationship. That is, we invested heavily on the institutional and individual capacities. In this context, we have to build many initiatives which will promote this partnership. We have to turn our historical partnership into modern one. So in this context, we can transfer the technology. We can go for partnership. For example, Kerala. Kerala and Africa, they have partnerships in which they are branding the cashew nuts collectively. Such innovative partnerships can be promoted. Final issue is All India Judicial Services. All India Judicial Services proposal is there not from now. Since 1960s and 70s, this All India Judicial Services proposal is there. If we observe the constitutional provisions, Article 233 says that district judges are appointed by the governor with the consultation of High Court judges or High Court. We also have another provision, that is Article 312, which says that Parliament has the power to create new All India services with the special resolution of Rajya Sabha. In this context, All India Judicial Services, it is supported by many as it provides the equal representation and it also provides for better coordination. Other All India services, if we observe like IAS and IPS, they are seen as bridge between center and states. So in this context, All India Judicial Services, they provide for reservation, they provide for uniform rules. So this is seen as one of the positive trend. But without proper consultation, bringing in this through ordinance route or any other route might not be auguring well for the Indian federalism. So proper consultation should be conducted before going for All India Judicial Services. In today's article overall, you have to go through this one and this facial recognition technology in detail. These two can be asked as a broader mains questions. Thank you very much. All the very best.